We live? There we go. Preview is up and running. Awesome. Well, diving right in. These are two superheroes I just kind of came up with on the fly. Don't really have name for them, um, but I do have a name for the pairing, as it is the name of the file. I just saw something I want to change. The knee on my dude is far too low. But these are pyro partners. But, yes, I need to change that ASAP. Because that's going to be bothering me until I fix it. It's one of the things I love about coming back to a piece with fresh eyes. You don't have that bias of constantly looking at your picture um, for a long period of time. Let me go ahead and turn this layer off so I can fix the knee issue here. Probably just want it ever so slightly higher. Seems fine there, but I think like on the back part, I think that's fine. And here, we can kind of just, I forgot to go back to my other layer. Just fix this up before we dive right in, because coming back to your pieces with fresh eyes is, it really helps with, seeing some of the things you might have missed when you've been staring at your picture for so long. The other thing I see right now is that I made his hand way too big. I do want to keep his hand large, but not that large. I'm gonna kind of just cheat here. It's amazing that hey cutie, welcome back. Glad to see you. Hope you are doing well. I'm having a pretty productive day. It is raining a lot where I am at, so it's kind of depressing. But, other than that, it has been quite a good day. I got off, I got off work early, and, yeah. Now I'm able to draw. I also have a lot of reading to do later on, so that's why I'm actually doing this stream a little bit earlier, because I'm like, I need to get in some reading before I go to bed. So, I think that's a little bit better for the hand size, just not making it just this massive piece of flesh. What else can we see that we need to fix really quickly before we... Oh yes, and I hope you're having a great day too, cutie. I hope you have got done what you have set out to do. For today at least. Tomorrow can be a whole nother issue. I want to add a few more cracks to its hand now that I've changed the size of it. Something like that. nipple on the knuckle. There we go. Alright. So, I think we are done with the sketching portion. I wish I could get a better take on the guy's hand. I don't know, I feel like there's an aspect here missing that I'm not quite seeing. What's my superhero names? I don't have individual names for them. I just kind of came up with them. Based off of like their personalities and their kind of powers. I had to... I don't know if Magman is taken, but I kind of wish if I had to pick a name for him, it would be Magman. I don't know what hers would be, but together they are the Pyro Partners. Both have fire-esque powers. He's going to be like a lava-based hero, while she is purely flames, as you can see in her hair design and her mask design. These are actually going to be lava cracks when I'm done with this. Hopefully I can get them to actually glow like I want them to, as part of the final design. I like as soon as I need to start streaming, I get the itch to sneeze. I was fine all day, and as soon as I sit down to sneeze, as soon as I sit down to stream, I need to sneeze. Oh. Let us... Ah, no. Wait, I'm on that layer? Uh-oh. Oh, that's the right layer. Alright. Just doing one last look to see if I spot anything I need to immediately alter before I go on to the... bless me, thank you. I always hate, that is one thing that actually affects me quite a bit, is when people tell me bless you, before I sneeze. Completely negates the sneeze for me. I don't know, maybe it's a psychological thing. So, let's go ahead and drop the opacity of the sketch layers. Let's go a little bit lower. Even though I do use the sketch layers quite a bit for the reference of the line art, I don't want to be totally... Yeah, I can get rid of that layer. Nope, not that layer. Where's the skeleton layer? There's the skeleton layer. I should really name my layers before I sorry for the sniffles. Yeah, I have a habit of not naming my layers. Oof, come on, Knight. Gotta speak today. Before I get to the coloring phases. But, yeah, I just started, like, what is it called? I just started, thinking about, making some superheroes, since I plan on eventually making a superhero graphic novel. I was thinking about just, you know, stretching my flexibility of coming up with heroes and seeing what I can do with them per the like on the fly, really. This is just like an exercise of superhero creation, I guess. Best way to look at it. Again, I'm not going to be too strict with my line art. Kind of want to... Hey, Bucky! Of course you come in during this time. Welcome. It is good to see you, my dude. That's horrible. I always do much better when I start from the bottom. I don't know, maybe it's the way that my hand like rotates, but because I do have a wrist problem actually, that would make sense. But whenever I start from the top of things, I always have the issue that everything looks a little blocky, and I can't get that that swoopness. What am I doing? I'm just making lines for the lines of it, and that's not good. That's a little bit better. Had to do a little trick there of starting past the line. One little bit of curve here, but not too much. To the maybe make them a little more full. Oh my gosh. Which does stink a little bit because this brush does work one way. I don't like that shoulder. That's way too round. Like I know I need it to be elevated, but I think I'm gonna do something more like that. I think that's a lot better right there. She's turned a little bit, so you can see a little bit of her backside. Gotta make sure I got the neck before I forget that part. Oh, I was just tracing the arm part, but I need to be tracing the blue for this part. Hand's a little shaky today. It's not good. This is where I can start working on the actual hand. Thumb. Right, that's how that would work. Thumb is on top. And that pinky's a little too thick. Thick pinky. A little more gentle of a graduation there. Graduation? No. Radiation? Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I'm just talking onto my ass right now. We'll come back and, so who is this? This is no one in particular. I just decided to stretch my mental capability and come up with two superheroes on the spot. As like, a mental exercise. So they really don't have names. I did give them a name as a pair, which is the, what did I say? Pyro partners? Yeah, they are the pyro partners. But I have not given them individual names, mainly because these are just practice superheroes that I'm working on. They have no real, no real impact on my graphic novel or anything. But, just practice. That's a square. See how that looks. I guess there could be a crease since it is a gloved hand. I was going to add fingernails to her, but I forgot that it is literally a gloved hand. So probably wouldn't see the fingernails. Take a swig of my drink here. My voice has been killing me during the nights, so I've been trying to push myself to stream, but overall the quality of my voice has been really shot lately. top of the eye issue that I'm still suffering. It's been quite the nightmare. Now I have to make sure I don't get confused by the overlapping lines. That's a really dark line there. Can't make the farther lines darker. That's not how that works. Something of a small skirt here. She'll have her tights underneath, so that's not really an issue. And I think I'm gonna make a audible here on her boots. I kind of made them a little loose top. I think I want to make them a little tight forming. You know, I always find like tight forming clothing to be a little cheating because it's like, oh, you're not really putting so much work into the clothing. At least that's how I see it for myself. But in this case, especially in the case of drawing superheroes, I think sometimes you draw it a little more than you normally would with other genres. Okay, this is where the split would happen. Kind of see the, then it would come back together. Let's go backwards again. we go. Something like that. That's why I keep the opacity low, because sometimes I just make audibles like that. I think I'm going to do the same with her gloves. I personally hate tight clothing. As a person that has low circulation to begin with, can't imagine actually having tights. Oh wow. I've been unweighted this entire time. I never knew that. There we go. A little more roundness on that rather than just being a stick. Here I can just kind of fill it in here. Let's get right up in there so we can add that detail. I don't want to make it seem like there's a growth on her arm. Gotta be careful with that. There we go. So this right here with the cape, I'm gonna be a little more free with it, giving way for the flowy and the fabric changing, rather than just making one straight line at it. It's a shame that I have to erase this part. I actually like that part of the skirt. I thought it came out pretty well. Oops, where did I connect that? I need to be careful with this pen because sometimes it creates a really thick line, and that can sometimes be bad if you're trying to put stuff in the background. go back and clean up the lines a little bit later. There are some lines like here that I need to fix. I don't know if I want to give her a smaller ear or keep it more something like that. There's still a little bit of a head that peeks up back there, so it's really funny how often I give my females ponytails. I don't do it on purpose either. Not like I think, oh, I've done so many ponytails that I'll just do another ponytail. It just ends up happening where it's like, I think this character is good with a ponytail. Like, it makes sense for a superhero. So, I don't know. Actually gonna work. Normally I work from the top down on here, but I'm going to work the opposite way because of the flames on her, that her hair are part of her hair. Like that. I don't know. I just kind of thought the design would be cool if her hair was on fire. Is there something heroic about ponytails? I mean, it keeps the hair out of your face so you don't, block your vision. That's the only thing I can think of. But, like, I guess if I had long hair and I needed to, even though, honestly, in a fight, a ponytail is like one of the worst things to have. Now that I'm thinking about it, because that's kind of a handle. I don't know. Just the getting the hair out of your face and making sure it doesn't get snagged. I guess if you really wanted to be like efficient as being a superhero, probably want a bun if you have long hair. But putting a bun takes quite a bit of time if you are not experienced with it. I mean, most girls probably are. I've seen girls literally take a second to put their hair in a bun. Where I tried to put my niece's hair in a bun and it took me like 20 minutes. Then again, I'm not practiced in it. I like that one. There we go. Now this is going to be funny because the mask is also made of fire, so it's gonna conflict with her hair. I really didn't think about that when I created this character. Um, so yeah. I don't know if I like that part right there. I like it much more if it's on outside. Something like that. Just a little, couple of licks. Oh, you know what? I need a lick here. Maybe just a little one, like that. So I think I'm gonna do her mask last, and I may actually do it on a separate layer because there's so much overlap. Like I may draw it on a separate layer and then add it to the layer of the line art, just because there's so much overlap. Now I made this mouth with the intent of her sticking her tongue out, being extremely childish. Like I went for a dichotomy of emotions in the two superheroes. Like she's super childish, this dude is way too serious kind of vibe. Not quite sure how to draw the tongue. That's a really long tongue. Maybe I'll just make it simple. Boop. Don't think too hard about it. Okay. This line is still bothering me a lot. Are we supposed to be thinking regarding the novel? What do you mean by that? Are we supposed to... I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, Bucky. Are we still talking about the ponytails? Oh, is this supposed to be grounded in reality? There's a sense of reality, but again, like, there's stuff that is broken because of reality. So pretty much anything can be there, but you know, there are aspects of, I guess, reality that I am going to be keeping. Like, you know, kind of like how the Incredibles. If you ever seen the Incredibles, they have the joke of no capes because it's such a hazard for the hero. Where it's like, yeah, if you're a superhero, like, you know, that's not really something you'd be thinking about, but uh, they kind of added that aspect to their reality, I guess, because like, you know, it's a choking hazard, or it's a hazard in and of itself. So I think um, sticking with reality, but like having the notion that at any point it can be broken is important. And I think that goes with all fiction because you never know what the author is like. The the author of the fictional world is going to do with the physics or something of the world. This is supposed to be like set on Earth, so there is that sense that you can only be so fantastic. But these people aren't even in my graphic novel. Like, these are literally just people I came up with on the fly in order to practice my superhero, I guess, repertoire? I don't know. I don't know what really to call it, but like, I just see it as practice for coming up with more superheroes whenever I need it. Oh, her eyebrows. Can't forget her eyebrows. Although, I may do the thing where her eyebrows are on top of her hair for this one. Simply because I like the eyebrow expression of this character. I mean, the mask itself is going to hide some of that facial expression, so I think it's important to showcase the eyebrows even more. Add a little bit of, like, costume pinches. Something like that. Okay, I think she is done as far as the line art, other than the mask and fixing the lines. We can kind of go on to this dude. Surprisingly, this dude gave me a lot more trouble than she did. Like this, like I have been practicing 3/4 a lot because I just find it more natural to make the scenes in a 3/4. I don't know. Shot. And so coming back and doing a full side was very. I was way out of practice for that. But I think it ended up turning out okay. I'm also going with a bald character here rather than focusing on hair because I really like the design of, you know, the magma lines. Kind of showcasing the roundness of his head. Now I'm not going to draw those lines in because I'm going to actually do those in color without a line to give a sense of glowing. So that's looking forward. I need him to be looking this way. That's up. That's like, I don't know. Like even that looks like it's going straight forward. I guess that look makes it look like he's looking that way. I guess that could work. need to fix this bicep a little bit. Let's work on the hand here, and then we can call it here. This hand really gave me a lot of trouble, just because of the perspective of it. How's that look? That doesn't look too bad. Does not look too bad. The bicep would do something more like that, maybe? Like if it... I don't know. You would think with all the time I spent in the gym I would know how the bicep works when you fold it up. Okay, time to look at my hand again. I have to use this hand. If I'm looking at it from the back, okay. Yeah. Okay. Puffs up a little bit like that. You're just gonna assume this is what the average gym user looks like? Oof. Yeah, we're all super buff. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Even me, who's like super tiny. I'm mega buff. Here it kind of puffs out. That looks so dumb. This is here. It would actually be turn it here. Okay, that looks a little bit better. that thing. I always forget that part on the wrist. I need to fix the knee again. Something like that. You know, we're almost done with him, so we'll just finish him up. Because, you know, I have no idea of sense of when to stop. Always that one more line, please. Oops. Alright. Lastly, we need his utility belt. Been really interesting doing this all on weighted. On a weighted brush. I don't think I've ever done that before. I definitely haven't done it where the sense of I didn't even notice it. Alright. I think we are pretty much done. Well, I will say I do actually prefer the stability line stabilizer over the weighted. There we go. 99% of the line art done. I just need to do the mask. Finish up her eyes. I think that's about it. Oops. Do need to add where the costume kind of that. Something like that. I think that is good enough for today. Got the line art done. I can do that mask during my lunch hour tomorrow, or lunch break I should say, tomorrow, and then we should begin the coloring by killing me. So, thanks everyone for coming out. I know it's short, but again, life is crazy right now, so I hope you all are doing well. And because I suck at outros, I'm just gonna end it.